Hi guys, this is my second attempt at doing the video. I was almost done and the hospice nurse showed up, and I'm not techie enough to know how to pause a video and keep going. I got to figure that out. I wanted to jump on here real quickly and share some information I found out about the Joe Padilla cuff, which had me, if you've seen the video, had me puzzled. This cuff is hand written Joe Padilla inside, and under it says Alamo. I was trying to figure out a circa date for this cuff, given on based on how much patina is on it, the hand tooling around the sides, the stones and so forth. But the name was throwing me, and I just couldn't figure it out. So somebody who watched the video reached out and said that in New Mexico, there is a small Navajo tribe in Alamo, New Mexico. And within that tribe is the surname Padilla. Padilla. I did not take Spanish. Incidentally, my great-grandfather, Claire's father, the senator, the Norwegian, was fluent in Spanish, interestingly enough. So anyhow, back to the cuff. It is Navajo, as it appears to be, as I thought. It is old, probably 1920s, 1930s, perhaps. I really don't think it's any newer, and I don't think it's particularly any older than maybe 1920, 1930. So I started doing a deep dive a shallow dive into the name, which is Hispanic name to me. And there are Padillas in Alamo, New Mexico. Joe Padilla was probably a father or a grandfather of some of the current folks that live there. But I love that cuff. I would still like to somehow trace it back to a family member or somebody. But anyhow, thank you to those two people who reached out with that little bit of information, because I was really not sure. Another thing, oh, here goes the itching. Whew. I think it's psychological. I want to correct myself on this nausea. I was rolling so fast in that last video that I misspoke. All of this is Sandcast, and I knew it, and I just misspoke. The entire nausea is Sandcast, with the exception of the bale, the enhancer, and of course this piece of beautiful turquoise was set in the bezel and then soldered onto the piece, which is all Sandcast. And then of course afterwards these little tool marks were put in, but I wanted to make sure that was clear, and I knew it at the time. I was just rolling like a river. Just for shits and giggles, this is a piece I didn't pull out the other day. Belonged to Mom. Gorgeous coral, natural coral necklace with the kind of traditional cone beads and hook and eye closure. Remember, and this is, I don't know, maybe 70s. It's not one of the oldies, but it's beautiful, all natural. Also, and this is going to be a quick video, I hope. I want to share a trick, and I'm going to do it with regards to this ring that I showed you the other day, which is one that came from New Mexico. My mother bought it with the provenance. Okay. And it is Sleeping Beauty. Well, it looks like Kingman. Sleeping Beauty doesn't have a matrix. Well, sometimes it does. Most Sleeping Beauty, you see, there's no matrix. It's just that hypnotizing robin's egg blue, which is just breathtaking. But there is Sleeping Beauty that does have a host rock that is black, sometimes pyrite. So, when in doubt, and I'm going to do something that I don't like to do, but just to kind of answer questions for people who say, well, that's not Sleeping Beauty. Yeah, it is. If you get a stone that has a matrix that is questionable or you're not sure of, or it doesn't add up, you can check, because some matrix are dyed. And so this Sleeping Beauty, I'm going to check it with fingernail polish remover. I wouldn't advise this just for fun, but just to show you. Yep, that's wet. Take a little piece and rub it in a corner or somewhere inconspicuous. I'm going to rub it in a couple of places. If it's a dyed, and I'm going to wipe that off too because I don't want it on there. If it is a dyed matrix, you're going to get the dye rubbing off. And nothing came off of this. Maybe a little dirt. You can see a little bit of soil, but no dye. That is a good little test. In that same vein, let me show you this. This is a pretty strand of natural turquoise that was my mom's. I have no idea when she bought it. Maybe 70s, 80s. It is natural turquoise strung with sterling silver, very tarnished, patinaed beads. And typical hook and eye. I am clumsy mumsy today. Hook and eye closure. Okie dokie. Now, let's see if we can focus. All of these beads have a brown matrix. We're going to go for this one right here. And I was a little suspicious. Well, that's not the word. I was curious. And I did have to restring this one. It had apparently lost some turquoise or something. Let me get it clean. So I did restring it on a cord, waxed cord, and I restrung it pretty much in the fashion that it was. Okay. I had a suspicion that this matrix was possibly dyed. There's a good one to try. And this is wet. Squeeze out some of the... Okay. See if I can do this with y'all watching. Yep. That's not dirt. That's dye. And I can rub that whole spot and it comes off. Not the green, just the brown. Does that make it junk? No, absolutely not. But it's something you need to know. And if I ever sold this, I would definitely divulge that it is a dyed matrix. I can't get it on with all this hair. So just a good thing to know. Couple of other things I want to share. I showed you this the other day, but I couldn't get the light to capture it. This is a beautiful piece of turquoise. Looks like Bisbee, but as I've always said, you don't know unless you know. Open on the back. This is not a native ring. May have been made by a native for the tourist trade. I don't know, don't care. Could have been Mexican made. It's beautiful. It's prettier in real life. There you can sort of see. I may give this to my granddaughter. She likes stuff like this. And well constructed, not particularly heavy in sterling, no split shank, just very simple. But the stone is what knocks your eyes out. Here's another one. I bought it because I liked the stone. I thought it was very pretty. I actually bought another one very similar, not very expensive. The other one was a little better quality, and my granddaughter did snatch that one up real quick. This one, I bought it for the stone, but the silver work is pretty crappy, to be honest. Thin shank. Yeah, a little stamp design on the shank all the way around. Nice, but I liked the stone well enough that I forgave the crappiness on the mounting. Is it important? Is it old? Nah. It's just pretty. When I did the squash blossom video, I did not bring this up, but it is in a short. This is a beautiful naja that I sort of married with these remnants, which are old. They were from one of my grandmother's, then my mother's necklaces that was in pieces. The naja I bought, boy, I'm like batting zero today. The naja I bought, and I just thought they looked beautiful together. So my squash blossom thing. This necklace was my mom's. I'm gonna do these on a bust. A bust, not my bust. Okay. I don't think this was my grandmother's, but Santo Domingo, Heishi, and what I believe is jasper beads. Original string. Which, interesting, I researched it a little bit, and I was flabbergasted at the price of those. Absolutely blown out of the water. Here is a small turquoise nuggets with same hook and eye closure and the little Heishi beads. Sweet. I don't wear things up close to my neck, so I'll probably put that in an auction at some point if I ever get there. This next piece is, I don't know what to say about it. It was a birthday present from my mom 15 years ago, plus maybe. She found it in an antique store. A lady she used to kind of pal around with. So I loved it and I wore it. I'm going to back up for this. Okay. I thought it was beautiful. Look at the size of this. When I first saw it, I thought those were pieces. That is one piece of turquoise. It's not reconstituted or whatever. It may be stabilized, but I don't think so. It's gorgeous. These are, I think, 10 strands of Heishi beads. And look at the closure. And they're strung on, I don't know what it is. When I looked at it, it looked like horsehair, but they didn't use horsehair for that. So I don't know what it's strung on. But it is an absolutely gorgeous piece. The interesting part of that story, as I'm tangling it up, is I was wearing this one day, and the wife of a local physician stopped me and said, oh my God, where did you get that? And I said, my mom gave it to me for my birthday. She said, that used to belong to me, but my husband made me sell it. She said that a former man friend of hers out in LA had given it to her as a gift, and he was some type of, I forget exactly what she said, but he was in the movie industry. Anyway, somebody of some importance to himself and others, but I don't know who he is. But I asked her then, I said, she was clearly very distressed, and I asked her if she would like to buy it back. And at the time, she was still married to that physician, and she declined. Then I lost touch with her. She's since divorced, so maybe she wants it back. I don't know. I was kind of running in that same circle because I was also married to a physician, which I'm since divorced from. But we won't go there. This little belt is a Concho belt. And I would venture that Christy at Ladies Who Loop could probably answer a lot of questions about it. This is sweet. It was bought in the Indian market in Santa Fe. Look at all those little conchos. Now this is done in the similar style, on leather with the conchos sliding on there. And the guy that I bought it from a year or so ago sent me this note. Colette, this is a wonderful belt. I bought it on the square in Santa Fe, New Mexico. And he bought it in, I believe he had told me in another conversation, in the 70s. It was a snow-filled day, not heavy but steady. This belt was handmade, and I bought it from the lady who made it. Turquoise is a good stone, and I hope you enjoy the belt, and it brings you luck. Thanks so much, Russell. So anyway, they're small, and it is, I don't know what size, but it's very, very sweet. I will be selling this because I have the other Concho belt, but as I get up and intimate with the camera, I love it. And I love the fact it's got the same type of closure. I love it. But in reality, I will not wear it because I have the other one. If I didn't have the other one, I would wear it. I think that's all. I wanted to come on and answer the questions about the Joe Padilla cuff and clear up my faux pas on all of this being soldered when I clearly had just said it was all Sandcast, but the soldered part was this and the hook. And wasn't planning to come on till next week, but I had the time. It's pouring rain. I started this video and then the nurse showed up. So if anybody also knows how to pause the video, I'm working off an iPad, let me know. That would probably save me a lot of headache. But appreciate you being here. Give me a thumbs up if you like it. Everybody says if you don't, give a thumbs down. Don't give me a thumbs down. Send me a comment and give me constructive criticism, but I don't want a thumbs down. And if you really do enjoy it, please share my channel. I will be doing an auction of some items. I've got a lot more jewelry. Oh, I wanted to show one more thing. I've got a lot more jewelry that is not necessarily native. Some Taxco, quite a bit of Taxco, old pieces that were my mother's and that were her aunts who raised my mother after Claire died. My mom just loved jewelry. This piece is, I'm going to take it off. I put it on this hat. I want to show it to you. Maybe. Yes. Beautiful piece that did belong to Mom and my grandmother. It's a brooch. The stone has been cracked. Whoops. But it's not moving. Beautiful repose on the back. Doesn't bother me that the stone is cracked. So, sort of to protect it, I put it on a hat, much like the hat that Claire was wearing in the photograph. So, anyway, I will be back on, probably not for a week, unless something, I get a epiphany. But please share my channel out. I'd like to try to keep growing it. And once I get to 200 or maybe a little bit more, I might give a go at doing an auction. I'll have to figure that out as I go. And I will see you guys hopefully next week. And I hope you have a wonderful day. If you're snowed in, enjoy it. Other than raining, which is what we've got here, it's pretty cold. And I will see you guys later. Bye.